And really, tonight's guest has dedicated her life, and we're really fortunate because we've only done this once before in literally 16 years where we've had a guest, and we felt that it was appropriate to do 2 shows in a row. I mean, Selacia did the show we did earlier today, and now she's doing this one. And she's an internationally known writer, intuitive healer. And she's been a guide to literally millions on the path of spiritual awakening. She's the author of an extraordinary new book, Your Guide to Earth's Pivotal Years, a direct path to enlightened living. And she's involved in this project or this movement, this series of divine changemakers, of how we individually can collectively bring about those new paradigms, those new divine changes that we all know are necessary to bring about this world based on love. And these divine changemakers, her goal is to have that reconnection with the spiritual self through children, through pets, and her own divine changemaker series. And we talked a little about the Divine Changemaker series on the last show, but we'll really get into it this time, and we'll really get into how we individually and collectively can heal the heart of this planet, how we individually and collectively, joyously and lovingly, collaboratively and creatively, can come together as one. We were talking actually as part of the last show, and I talked about it a little at the opening about divine changemakers. I know it's really something that is a strong focus of yours. Why don't you kind of talk about what you mean by that and how we bring that about, and go on that.
Yes, the divine changemakers, which I really introduced in my new book, Earth's Pivotal Years, are those beings like you and me who are here waking up to our divine nature, first of all. We are divine. And waking up to conscious creation, taking responsibility for our creations and moving into our divine power. And that's a theme actually I've been focused on for a very long time, divine power versus ego power. And in fact, back in 2000, I addressed the United Nations about that topic. And way back then, of course, even back then, it was an issue on this planet. And it still is today. The whole idea of how we do power on this planet. It's very dysfunctional. And so we are in the process, all of us, of changing that paradigm. Changing from a society that is so driven by aggression and fear and competition, we could destroy ourselves. It's that kind of power that we are in the process of changing. And so each one of us moving into our own divine changemaker role is becoming aware of these things and moving into our own divine power. And it's a much different kind of power. It takes a different set of skills. And we don't have much training for that in the world. So a big part of my work is helping people with that. Not only through private sessions and the DNA work, but also through this brand new Divine Changemaker series.